Oh my god, you came back. Thank goodness. I don't know, I was gonna start talking to myself, but well, maybe I am talking to myself. But you're here in my imagination, so I'm not talking to myself. This is an art journal. We're gonna do an art journal flip through. That is a partially eaten pecan pie, because I realized I put my daughter's name in that circle of leaves, and my daughter's name is for me to know and you to never find out. Gotta keep some privacy, yo. Anyway, we're off track already. This is the second journal of my sobriety journal of 2024. I don't know what to call the thing that I did. Ooh, this is a collage of paper, the one on the left, and I am so proud of it. When I was doing the flip through, I totally forgot I did it, and I think I want to go back and start doing more collage. So yeah, like stencils, doing random drawings. That thing on the left is from a book with lace samples in them, and I just tried to trace it, and then I failed. Then I put it in there, because the idea of this journal is not so much to like be an artist; it's to do some art therapy, to get back into making and creating, but also using this as art therapy. That little girl is from a National Geographic, and I'm also realizing that maybe I should do more magazine stuff, which would be cool. More stencils, again, I was really in 2024, whatever project I'm going to call that a sobriety journey. The couple years before that, I had tried many things to stay sober. I had a pretty epic, pretty epic. I don't know why I said it that way. I'm so sorry. Pretty epic relapse. And what is this? Girl, she loves a swirly. That is from a National Geographic too, and that's a bunch of tchotchkes I found in something. I don't know, the computer thingy in the flowers. All right, where was I? I'm already off track. So yes, this is the second. Ooh, ovaries from a book in the 70s about women's health. So we really want to. This is a second in the first three journals that I did. So you can see that it's kind of rough, and it's just a space to show up every day, to take out some materials and play with the materials and get to know stuff again. But then also doing like trying to do detailed projects like this that really take me out of my day to day. This is one of my favorites. What I was able to do over 3 days was to pick each one of those and spend like 15 minutes on them, to make a sun, some clouds, and then what's the other one? A lightning storm. And I think that the idea for me is that I kind of wanted to do an voiceover so I could explain to you that, like, not to explain that this is not good art, but to explain that sometimes when you're doing therapeutic art, it's definitely not about making beautiful things. It's about showing up and doing the work. And that's true of, like, if you're a creative artist as well, just show up and do the work. But it becomes a need when you're really trying to go through some healing. Art, creativity, and healing are two beautiful things to put together. And trying to find your truth. We can find our truth through making an art, right? It doesn't have to be plastic art. It doesn't have to be pen and paper. It doesn't have to be, okay, don't look at this. Like, don't just turn the page, Jessica. And it doesn't have to be anything like that. As long as it could be coloring, as long as you're creating something that focus away from, your devices, or having a conversation, and really just like putting a moment of focus into that. For me, it's better than meditation. It's better than doing yoga. It's better than all of those other things that they tell you in therapy. The thing on the left, that's an upside down cat. Thank you for turning it around, past Jess. That, my daughter made that. And in all of my journals, my daughter shows up with a little something randomly. This is an idea from Andrea Nelson. I'll link her below, but don't look at this. Just keep going. Jessica, go faster. This is from Paula, last name forgotten. She's also on YouTube, and she, she takes like watercolor and then traces the line on where things kind of seep into the paper. This is also Andrea Nelson. This is taking circles and rounding them out, which I find to be very therapeutic, and is in fact I think it is an official technique for art therapy. Also, I love to draw boxes. So this is the watercolor journal that I kept during this time period. In tangent to that is this one, which is what I would consider like a play place, even more playful than the other one. And it was really a place to test out materials. So I sped this up one a little bit because like some of it is just not interesting to look at unless you're listening to me talk. So watercolor pencils, there's a lot of woohoo markers in here because I'd never used alcohol markers or didn't know that Sharpies were actually alcohol markers. So these are more drawing prompts from YouTube that I found. Just again, I'm going to get here. I'm going to do a thing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn on YouTube. I'm going to find something. Don't look at it. Also, this one, don't look at it. If we are to have magic bodies, we must have magic minds. I don't know who said that. I don't know where it came from. But thank you for that, whomever you are. I also write words of things that I want to attain. So I always put, I love you, and that's a note to myself. I say things like joy and happiness and joyfulness. That's a word that's repeated through every one of these journals I made last year. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Oh, Jessica, past Jess. Good Lord, congratulations on that one. I did this one. Yeah, I did do this one. I mean, yeah, this is amazing, and I'm so good at the arting. Okay, I'm glad you made it this far in this video. I'm thankful that you have been listening, and I hope that you find something from this. I hope it encourages you to sit down and do something, even coloring or just making a bunch of circles on a page. This wacky thing on the right with all the lines and stuff, that shows up later, and it starts to remind me of the collage work I used to do when I was younger. Obviously, those are pods that I'm going to grow cats in. Those little pink things on. Yeah, I love cats too much. I've seen too many cat stickers in this journal. Oh, cat collage! What's up? But the rainbow with like the little whale and like amazing. Yeah, like stickers. I love to take stickers and like take the energy from the stickers and try to make a background. That's just like a good way to kind of like just get in your journal and do something. Also, I have a huge collection of stickers and I never know what to do with them. So I just kind of throw them on stuff. Oh, that spread does not match. What am I rubbing at? Low key, this is an Elio journal, and the reason I'm stroking it and like running my hands across it is because the paper feels so good. It's like super smooth. It has like a really like, oh, the paper's heavy. Oh, it's delightful. I love it. I'll also link that below because you should buy them. They're a small business. Again, getting familiar with acrylics again, things like that. You know, it's important for me to see this stuff because it reminds me of where I started. Because where I get upset with myself on how terrible some of the things I make are right now, and I realize that some of the stuff I made is not as bad as it used to be. Well, hey, thanks for coming. I am so happy you lasted this long in the video. I hope you'll come back, and I hope you will be the kindest version of yourself that you can be, as I will.